Hey, welcome to Digging into the Bible. My name is Jim Barnard. This is a production of Tiller Coaching. All right, it's day 30, and today I've got 2 points that I want to make, so we should go ahead and dig in. This is Acts chapter 10, starting at verse 23. The next day he rose and went away with them, and some of the brothers from Joppa accompanied him. And on the following day they entered Caesarea. Cornelius was expecting them and had called together his relatives and close friends. When Peter entered, Cornelius met him and fell down at his feet and worshipped him. But Peter lifted him up, saying, "Stand up, I too am a man." And as he talked with him, he went in and found many persons gathered. And he said to them, "You yourselves know how unlawful it is for a Jew to associate with or to visit anyone of another nation. But God has shown me that I should not call any person common or unclean. So when I was sent for, I came without objection. I asked then why you sent for me. And Cornelius said, 4 days ago, about this hour, I was praying in my house at the 9th hour. And behold, a man stood before me in bright clothing and said, Cornelius, your prayer has been heard and your alms have been remembered before God. Send therefore to Joppa and ask for Simon, who is called Peter. He is lodging in the house of Simon, a tanner by the sea. So I sent for you at once, and you have been kind enough to come. Now therefore we are all here in the presence of God to hear all that you have been commanded by the Lord." All right, so this section is absolutely understated in its significance. Equality is on display here, and that's obviously a hot topic these days. And I'm just so thankful that these walls are breaking down. The Jewish people, made it culturally wrong for Peter to associate with or visit anyone who's not a Jew, anyone from another nation, anyone who's Gentile. And they would use these words like common or unclean. It would be like putting someone down, making someone less than. I believe that Peter is finding agreement with this breaking of Jewish tradition. It may take him a little bit longer. He's going to get there with the food thing, but this is an absolute right thing. And I love how in verse 26, Peter lifted him up, saying, "Stand up, I too am a man." Amen, brother, because there's no difference between men of any sort. I mean, men and women and black and white and all the different races. And just, we are all God's children. He loves us equally. It doesn't matter if we know him and are close to him or we don't know him and we're far from him. God is desperate for each of us. He desires for us. And, it's just not right to put someone down like that. We need to, as believers, to champion this viewpoint of equality. It's vital. I mean, it goes against everything that we believe, everything that comes out of this book. And, it existed at one point, and the law was used to separate, but now in the fulfillment of the law, we get to see equality at its best, and we still live in that era, and I hope that you champion equality, and it's something that you value. The other thing I want to say and point out is just how powerful solitude is. So all of this happened because Peter went up on the rooftop to pray by himself. And I might be wrong about this, but I really believe, I tried to go back through because I had this thought today that, wow, Jesus did this all the time. And we saw it in the book of Matthew. He would always go to a desolate place or a place by himself to be alone with the Father and to have solitude and fill his cup. But this is, I think, the first time that any of the disciples or the apostles have demonstrated this. Maybe they have done that, but this is the first time it's recorded. And, something monstrously, significant happened. And this vision and this breaking down of the walls, this moment of equality, tearing down this aspect of commonality or uncleanness. This all happened because of Peter following in the footsteps of Jesus and seeking solitude. It's so good and it's so right. And I'll just say for myself, man, Solitude is such a great spiritual discipline, and it's one that I wish I would have known about earlier. But when it's something I learned about, man, it's been foundational for me. I try to go every 3 months. It's been probably 4 or 5 months since I've gone. I've been so busy with things like, that book. But I'm eager for that. Like I need it. And every time I do it, I know God shows up, and maybe it's not a sheet unrolling for me and this like monumental theological viewpoint being bestowed upon me, but something vital for me in my life, and it's a great connection with God. So I hope you try it sometime, because it has been amazing for me. All right, I'm out of time. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I'll see you tomorrow as we try to figure out exactly what Peter is going to say to this group of Gentiles. I'll see you then.